charge take?
That's another great question.
Go off.
Hello, folks. It's Patrick Gorman.
Hi, this is Jake Busey.
Hi, this is Bruce Boxleitner.
This is Tom Vera from A Gettysburg Christmas.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
And you're listening to
Addressing Gettysburg.
I'm glad you're listening. Thank you.
I expected you to say something like that.
Did you say Lincoln?
Good night, everybody.
Bonfire. Bonfire.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg today.
I love this podcast.
Hello, exactly.
Give me a name.
Debbie, is it, yeah, there you go. Debbie, I forgot, did I leave it on the split screen or the single screen?
I flipped it back.
You flipped it, okay. All right, sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Addressing Gettysburg Today. AG Today, as the kids are calling it nowadays. We are here. Bethany Yingling is joining me, filling in for Ronnie Ronstadt once again. So Ronnie was supposed to have, what was it, the board meeting for the round table. Mm-hmm. And then they decided they're not going to have it.
They didn't have enough quorum.
Right. And maybe they're going to have it next week. Mm-hmm. But I don't think so, or something. Because she said she'll come in next week and do it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we were going to switch, but then I told her, unless Matt wants a 3-year-old here next week, probably not a good idea.
Well, that might be fun. No?
No.
No.
Not
okay.
fun.
No, not fun.
I mean, for the viewers, if anybody would be listening to it in like without the video part, they'd probably be like, "What is happening in there?" There's
but that's
a
okay.
disaster
That's
happening.
Yeah. Well, but he's 3 years old. Mm-hmm. It's not like he's 23. If you had a 23-year-old son and he came in and was acting like a little a-hole, then that's a different story. But he's 3. What do we expect?
He's 3.
He kicked me in the family jewels when I first met him.
Yeah, like within the first 3 seconds.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Wham.
Bonk. Yeah, that was great.
But not on purpose.
No,
it was not on purpose.
No.
I was holding him. He wanted down. He kicked out.
Right.
Matt just happened to be standing there.
He kicked out, and it was all over from there.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, so we're back. It's very tough to get back into the swing of things. We took off, it was like 2 months, I think, from doing the show.
It felt like maybe a year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't even know what's going on. I've been so inward.
Yeah, you're insulated in here.
Well, not only that, but like my focus has been like inward, like I'm not like in the hippie kind of way, but I mean like, well, yeah, I mean I'm trying to have a personal life too now, but like,
what?
I know, but also I've been focusing on building all of this, and it's I still don't really know what I want to do with it. But this is the start.
Perfectly honest with you, Matt. You are much further along than I expected you to be at this point.
Oh, thanks.
Not because of you. No, but listen, this is a big undertaking. Moving an entire studio, figuring out how you want to decorate it. There's a lot to this. I would not be this far. I would be second guessing every choice I made.
Well, but the thing is, like when Eric was with me, we would have had this done in a week.
Well, he's very
Yeah. But I'm very like, oh, I'll get around to it, man. Right, the room's got to speak to me, man. it's got to speak to me like a hippie. And he's just like, no. Here's what. Would you want it this here? You want that there? Yeah, I want that. Okay,
boom, 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 boom. Military.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And so that was kind of tough. It's like I had to go. What would Eric do? And when you're not really that guy, it's kind of hard. I mean, that's why I feel bad for single mothers. It's because it's like, well, what would. How do I raise my son when I'm not a man? How do I know what to do? And it's like, it's not the same. Or a single dad. How do I raise my daughter when I'm not a woman?
How do you potty train a little boy when you don't have that?
A toilet?
And you're a mom.
Oh. Yes. Well, you know what you do? You make a game out of it. Oh, I'll tell you. Wait, Mark doesn't tell you how to do that? Mark hasn't been potty trained yet. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it is. Mark is still waiting to be potty trained.
Poor Mark.
No, Mark is very good. Like, very good with Ezra.
At peeing?
And
good.
At peeing.
Good for him.
Uh-huh. And he does great with all of those things. The problem is Mark is not always there. You know, like, I have an hour between when I pick him up from daycare and Mark gets home. So, obviously, you get home from daycare, you got to go to the bathroom right away and trying to explain.
So, I remember when I was in my early 20s and going to bars a lot, there was...
You broke the seal, yeah.
Yeah, well, right. But no, there was a lot of bars in North Jersey had a sticker of Osama bin Laden that they put in the urinal, right? And you would want to pee on Osama bin Laden's face, right? Because, you know, we're right outside of Manhattan. That was our city that was hit. And so we weren't a fan of the guy. So what I would say is not necessarily Osama bin Laden, but I'm sure they make this. I'm sure someone has thought of this before already. That, you know, get some kind of sticker or something to put on the bowl for him to aim at.
No, they definitely do that.
They do, okay.
Yeah, they definitely do that.
So that's what I would do. Make a game out of it.
Well, we haven't reached the stand-up peeing yet.
Okay, so it's just sitting down and peeing.
Sitting down and peeing. So I did the aim for the toilet paper. Like, I put it...
You know, I made up a song when my nephew was being potty trained.
Yeah?
And
God.
It helped.
Guys.
I mean, you want me to sing? I'm not offering to sing it. I'm just saying, you maybe make up a song. You know?
Okay.
It went like this.
I was like, it's happening. I'm just going to keep quiet. Yeah.
It went like this. See if I remember it. 2, 3, 4. Pooping in the toilet is what I want to do. Pooping in the toilet because, Mommy, I love you. See, because I don't want Mommy to have to clean up after me, right? So I'm going to poop in the toilet, right? So it's guilt trip, right? Pooping in the toilet, man, it's so much fun. Pooping in the toilet in the noonday sun. Pooping. Right, the next line, what was the next line? It was, pooping in the toilet, man, it's so nice. So darn nice. Pooping in the toilet today, I did it twice. Pooping in the toilet. If there's something else there, pooping in the toilet. Yeah. So I mean, make up a song if you want. We can work on that one together. Maybe we could record it with some music.
I think there might be some potential there.
Yeah, I might have to rename this episode "Pooping in the Toilet." But yeah, there's a lot of things you could do, I'm sure, to help him with that. My cousin, I remember when because she had 2 boys, and when she was training them, their doctor, now they live in Virginia in the sticks, okay? So I don't know what kind of country sawbones told them this, and I've never heard this before or since, but their doctor said, well, you know, when he has to pee, take him outside and have him pee on a tree, because then that way he'll learn that peeing has to be done in a specific place. But I was like a toilet? Like, why don't they just tell you to go take him to the toilet? But for some reason, they have like an aversion to a toilet, but it's fun to pee on a tree.
Well, toilet, like, I can't believe I'm talking about this right now. It was scary for him because it was big.
The toilet?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to fall in. I remember how terrifying the toilet was.
Yeah, so you have to get the little potty.
Right, yeah, the one that goes on top.
Actually, no, we had a whole separate
Oh,
thing.
right. Like off to the side.
It makes a little flush noise and everything.
Okay.
It's super cute.
All right.
Daycare had one that was like a race car.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, so when you peed in it, it went...
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's going to be really disappointed when he gets on a real toilet, though.
Yeah, now that he's on the real toilet, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so go ahead. What else? That's it?
I'm concerned. So he's going to start preschool in the fall. So he has to know how to do this before the fall. It's a situation.
It is a situation.
And I'm sure right now everybody's thinking, I should make a comment in the comments section about showing Bethany how to teach Ezra how to pee.
It's more like a, hey, we're having dinner.
I'm sorry. I hope you weren't eating chipped beef.
We are really
I forgot it is dinner time.
High class.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, look, it helped. It helped. Yeah, Estella says, seriously, trying to eat dinner. That's funny.
Estella, remember, you love me.
Should have sent that song to the Wiggles. You know, I thought about actually making it like into like getting my musician friends to. I might get Billy Webster to help me do that.
Good idea.
Yeah. That would be fun.
You would think that was really
Could you imagine that's how I make my millions with a stupid song about pooping in the toilet?
After all the work you've done
After everything I've done here and all the struggles in my 20s and 30s, now make a stupid song about pooping and, make millions off of that. But think of the parties we'll have once I do.
I'm invited?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, guys.
It's a farewell. It's like, now that I have money, I don't need you. Goodbye.
Wow.
No, it's like
second. I thought I was like an in-crowd person.
No, you are, and then that's the thing is we'll have the big party, and then I'm gonna have like a separate barn that is. So I'm gonna have a barn for my horses, but also a barn for the parties. Yeah.
A party barn.
And it'll be like we'll have an annual, probably Christmas bash or something. Like, or maybe I don't know, because I hate winter. So maybe it would be like an annual 4th of July. That would be more fun.
Well, here's the thing: if you have that much money, you can just bus us all or ship us all down to like Bermuda.
Well,
for the Christmas.
Let's not go crazy.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I thought we were real friends.
Tom Canavan says, pooping on Gettysburg today. Suddenly I miss camp. That's funny, Tom. Yeah. So, listen, I want to tell you all that a couple things. One, where's the camera? There it is. One, I want to tell you that even though in the beginning of the show it says from the Gettysburg Tour Studios, that's only because our buddy Huevos Grande has not yet sent me or recorded the new introduction. But we are now technically at the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, thanks to our buddy Eric Dorr. And so that is where we are now. And I have to tell you, you'll notice the logo at the bottom of the screen there has a friend next to it, and that's the Gettysburg. Close, Bethany. It's not going to work the way you're thinking, the way you're doing that. But the Gettysburg Museum of History logo is there right next to ours as well. And I'm sure a lot of you have already visited the place. We've been talking about it for years. It's becoming more and more popular on YouTube through J.D. Hewitt's channel. But really, honestly, if you get a chance, go in. Have you been in there, right? Or have you not been in there yet? Who was saying they weren't in there yet? Was that Colby? Colby was saying that. Yeah. We got to get him in there. Colby's not with us today. We would like to send our condolences to Colby. His grandmother, I don't know the latest, but when he called me the other day, he's like, I'm not going to be able to make it on Thursday. My grandmother's dying. Yeah. I don't know if she's passed yet or not, but of course our sympathy and comfort and prayers and all that stuff go to Colby and his family. I think he also has to put his dog down at the same time too. Like his dog Wrigley, he said that she has I think a mass in her stomach or something like that, which is so the worst. Both of those are horrible. So he's down in Florida right now, and wish you all the comfort in the world there, Colby, because this is not an easy thing to go through. No, either one of them.
Thinking about you.
Yeah, we are, of course. And so Debbie Jones, the show's Googler, is sitting in for Colby in the back there.
She got a crash course like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically. And then let's see. Colby, Debbie, if you want to turn camera 3 on so you can wave in the window, I'll turn the camera. You got that? You got it? Okay, there you go. There you go. See, there's Debbie right there waving in the control room there. And now I'll put that back to the... normal thing there. Yeah. So, okay. So that is that. Now we need to tell you about our guest today. Our guest today is not here at the moment, but he's on his way, almost here.
You made that very dramatic switch. That was
the guest has just arrived.
He has just arrived. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is like red carpet.
I mean, this is great. How's my hair? Okay, good. No, so his name is what did I say his name was? Javier Sandoval, and he's the singer of this band. And I was at the farmers market, right, a couple months ago, and it was early on. It was one of the maybe the second or third, I don't remember exactly, for the season. And I'm walking around, and there's this band playing some pretty funky lyrics, or not lyrics, music, right? And so I'm like standing there watching them, and then I see this guy coming off the road, off the street, right? And he's dressed like, you know, like with knee pads, but he's wearing like a suit, or it was like a weird thing.
Hodgepodge.
And then, hodgepodge, and a goofy hat, and I might have had an afro, I don't remember, but like I'm like, what the hell is this guy? And he runs up and like runs past the drummer and into the area, and he grabs the microphone and like right on cue just starts singing. Like he was late for the show, and it came right in. I guess he was late. I don't know. We'll find out. But he starts singing. The band's continuing to play, and they were great. They were great, and I got to talking to him afterwards, and I just liked his personality.
Yeah.
And on top of the talent that they have, and so I invited them to come here and just talk with us and everything like that. So we'll get into that. I don't think he plays it. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Maybe he brought an instrument along. Debbie, does it look like he brought an instrument with him?
He's not up here yet.
He's not up here yet. Okay, so we don't know yet.
He went to the front of the building instead of the back.
Of course. Well, and this is the thing we're going to have a problem with for a while.
Sign.
We need a something, you know, a sign or I don't know. But
an
anyway,
arrow.
An arrow, perhaps going there. We'll figure it out. Something will happen there. Let's see. Erin Elizabeth says, "Forget Bermuda. Hawaii is better." You know what? I'm with you, Erin. Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii.
No, that's Debbie's sister.
I know.
Who I am very mad at.
Because she's in Hawaii?
Because she sends pictures and acts like it's totally fine to do while I'm sitting here in Gettysburg roasting to death.
Oh, please. Like it's not hot out in Hawaii.
It's different.
Okay. Eric Houston says, I stopped in the museum when I dropped the flag cover. Great museum. Lots of awesome stuff. Talking about Gettysburg Museum of History, of course. Erin says, yay, big sister. Estella says, go Debbie. Erin says, that face you make when podcast Matt says, how's my hair? Your sister's a real ball buster, isn't she?
Welcome to my life.
Wow. Well, she's out in Hawaii. Oh, now you like her.
I do like her. I'm mad at her. I didn't say I had to like her and be happy with
okay.
her.
I'm not mad at her, but I don't like her. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know her. Although I'm pretty sure I don't want to get to know her after that comment about the hair, you know? And then Michael says, Michael Lentz, 6 questions. Lentz says, way to go, Debbie. 6 questions told me that his back is healing.
Good.
And his birthday, I think, is coming up this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I thought we were doing the song like they do at Fridays, and I couldn't find 2 and 4. So, go. Happy pooping in the toilet.
Oh, my God.
All right. So what we're going to do now, though, is... anyway, so yeah, Mike's feeling better. His birthday's coming up. Oh, by the way, Cameron had a birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Okay, because you know what? We don't need it. It doesn't really matter, right? No, I mean, his birthday matters. That's not what I mean. I mean, the story doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back.
Aren't you glad you used Dial? We are too. We'll be right back.
Just like Quavo said, we'll be right back.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinway Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
Enjoy historical stories on the History Fix platform. Explore movies, short films, and documentaries. Addressing Gettysburg podcast fans receive an extra $5 off the first year's annual subscription. Sign up at historyfix.com and use promo code Gettysburg. Every subscription includes a 7-day risk-free trial. Escape into history with History Fix.
This episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott. Narrator of Savis Beattie's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com.
The 1863 civilians of Gettysburg were reluctant witnesses to the Great Battle. Join Ken Rich, the man in the red shirt, for his historic town walking tours. You could book these tours by emailing ken@GettysburgTownHistory.com. That's ken@GettysburgTownHistory.com. And when you're in town, look for the guy in the red shirt. And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg Campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
You're listening to the Addressing Gettysburg podcast with Matt Callery.
You're listening to the man who refuses to travel while single. I love that I never read these before I start doing them. Okay, all right. You're listening to the man who refuses to travel while single. Here's Matt.
Thank you, Huevos. Bethany, you know that's Huevos Grande, our announcer.
I've never met him.
Yes. Got that big voice.
I would love to meet him.
You'll meet him someday.
You said that about a lot of people.
Yeah, well...
Yet here I am. It's like he hides me. Well, I'm like the uncool person on the...
That's not true. She's just the dork, that's all. Oh, I'm sorry. Javier, go ahead. Speak.
I was going to say she seems pretty cool.
She's very cool. That's why we have her on the show, Javier.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is the singer. I'm sorry. What's the name of the band again?
We're called the Heads or Tails Experience.
The Heads or Tails Experience, right. And his name is Javier Sandoval.
That's right.
Did I say it right?
That's right.
All right, and Javier. I mean, look at this look. You know who you remind me of?
Who?
The hell was his name? Humpty, the Humpty Dance, because he didn't, not exactly, because he wore that fake nose, but also you just have like a look to you that is like you're wearing a suit,
right?
But you've got a clothespin for your tie.
Which tie pin, love.
Which is awesome, right?
Right.
I never would have thought of that, and you wrote on it, "I heart you."
Right.
And then here, let me. I'm going to put this down here so we can see that there a little bit. Debbie, just go to camera 3.
You want me to hold it to the camera? You want to hold it up?
Yeah, or there you go. Yeah, you can hold up to the camera there. I heart you. So you wrote that in there.
That's your audience.
That's your tie pin or tie clip or whatever. Right. And then you've got a camouflage sweat jacket wrapped around your waist.
Yeah, it's actually the sweatpants.
Sweatpants.
Yeah, I went to the thrift store today. I left my house basically wearing my pajamas.
Nice.
And I went to the thrift store and I was like, I'm going to get a new outfit. And this is what I got.
You got the suit today.
I got this today for like $12.
You're kidding me.
No.
See, but the problem is, like, I can't go to the thrift store and get cool stuff because nothing cool is my size. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
He says to me, who wears size 11 shoe as a woman.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is, like, if I want to go get a goofy jacket from, say, the 70s, like plaid or something ugly, right? And I find one, nobody in the 70s was my size. A guy was like your size. Right. Normal, people, right. So it's like I can't. But so I did that in high school, though. We went, the girl I went to the prom with, was it prom or homecoming? I think it was homecoming. Went to the prom with her, or homecoming with her, and we went to a thrift store to get the gaudiest, ugliest looking clothes we could find, and I found a green and gold plaid suit, right, with like a satiny pink shirt underneath, and a big goofy collar and everything like that, and a striped green and gold tie, and she wore this
hot.
It was very hot,
yeah,
and she wore this black and orange gown that was like nice. All the way down to her ankles, right? One whole thing. But it was
as
like
dresses usually are. But that's
I'll have to find pictures of that for you, Dev. But anyway, so you're the singer of this band,
right?
Now I see you at the farmer's market. I go to the farmer's market.
Right.
I hear this band playing some, funky grooves, and I'm like, oh, these guys are good. And I typically don't like. I think I told you this. I don't like modern music too much because. You younger people have terrible music to choose from if you're only listening to contemporary music.
Right.
But by the grace of God, there's such a thing as old music and the internet and all that stuff, and you guys are able to listen to music from all genres, all over the world, all that stuff, right? And so therefore, I can listen to your band, and I hear all these different influences that I listened to growing up. That wasn't even from my generation necessarily. And I immediately stopped and listened. And as I was watching the band play, I'm like, okay, this is cool. They're just grooving, have a little fun. And then this weird guy in this weird getup comes running out of a car, and he's running across the field. And I'm like, what the hell? He's sneaking up on the drummer. This poor drummer doesn't know. I was about to warn the drummer, this lunatic is coming and he's going to hurt you. And you went right past the drummer. You ran over, grabbed the mic, and just as if on cue, as if that was all rehearsed, started singing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how it happens.
So how did it happen? What was
you
that?
Late?
Yeah, were you
Yeah,
late?
I was just running late.
Yeah.
I mean, the band was just holding down the stand, and I gotta go. They're already playing. So I just ran over and just hopped in.
Now that first song, if you recall, was it just a jam, or was that a song you normally do? Like, did you just start improvising the lyrics?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we do is improvised. So I'll sing about
what?
what's going on or whatever's on my mind. Or...
So let's recap for 1 second because I'm feeling inadequate. You show up late to a gig.
Mm-hmm.
Go right up on the stage, and not only do you immediately hop into a song, you hop into a song with lyrics that you made up on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Right, pretty much, yeah.
This is what we call an artist.
I quit.
But you're not a musician.
Obviously. Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed with you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, wait, you should hear him.
I don't even need to now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm.
That's even better for you, Javier.
I'm already thinking you're the next.
No, but you guys really are good. Do you do originals?
Yes, we do. We mostly do originals.
Okay.
We write a lot of original songs.
Yeah, so I wasn't. I was there for a good while, and I assumed that they were originals, or they were songs from very obscure bands that I'd never heard of before. Which I guess could be either way. But, so that you guys do originals, and you tour far or local or what?
Mostly local. I think the furthest we went for a gig was State College.
Okay. But
like
that was
hours away. So
still an adventure.
Yeah.
Right? You had fun?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Did you stay overnight?
No, some of the guys wanted to, but we were like, man, we got to go home. And then some of the other bands were like, man, those guys are party poops.
Yeah, really. What kind of band is that goes home?
Us.
Do you have jobs?
Yeah, most of it. I tell people it's not easy being a rock star. We have to work full-time jobs.
What do you do?
Well, I have a lawn and landscaping company.
Right. Okay, good.
So during the day, I spend my time cutting grass. It's about like 2 or 3 days a week that I'll just go out and cut grass for like my neighbors and friends of friends. And then
and Bethany Yingling, my husband, doesn't mow grass.
Well, if you need someone to cut your grass, I know a guy.
I'm in love with you.
Yeah. So you've got a very good like radio voice too. Oh, no, vibe altogether, but radio voice.
You too.
Yeah. Well, it's all electronics.
I'm here to capture that.
It's just a pedal effect.
Yeah, it's all fake. Here, this is what I sound like if I turn it off.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's amazing, right?
That's funny.
It's crazy, I know.
No, but I really do sound this way. So yeah, but I'll have to have you maybe if you want to do some reads for the commercials and stuff because I'm sick of hearing my own voice.
Okay.
And it would be nice to have other voices on there. I use other friends too, so maybe someday. But that's beside the point. So so what is it? What is the goal with your band? Do you guys want to actually are you just doing this for fun, or are you trying to make it big?
Well, one of my goals is to make $100 million.
Really?
Yeah, yes.
$100 million.
I don't know if I'll do that with just music, but that's one of it. But my other goal is to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
So I'd like to work on that.
How old are you? I'd like to work on that.
Yeah.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I'm going to say 27.
No.
No? Older or younger?
Younger.
Younger?
Younger, yeah.
You seem very mature.
Thanks.
Yeah, you
19. No, you're older than 19. Yeah, 23.
Close. We're getting very warm.
24.
That's
all
it.
right,
Bingo.
24.
Bingo.
Got it. All right,
Well done.
very good. Good
Well
for
done.
me.
After 7 guesses, we're good.
I know. Eventually, I was going to get it.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right. So, you're 24 years old. You've got time still, right? How long have you guys been together?
Well, I've been playing with my brother for a really long time. We've been playing since we were probably like in 4th or 5th grade. Well, we both started playing guitar at the same time, but I stopped.
Okay.
And he didn't stop. So he's the guitar player in our band. So we've played together for a really long time. And when we were in high school, this is sort of how we got started. We had a bunch of our buddies over, and we had one Xbox. But we're like, hey, let's go get our other friend's Xbox and hook them up so we can all play. But my parents had gone to sleep, and they didn't want us to leave the house. So I was like, what if we just recorded ourselves having like a conversation and like played it back on like a Bluetooth speaker to just have my parents think we're still there when really we left to get my friend's Xbox.
It's the Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my brother had a guitar, and we're like, hey, let's just play and sing something. And then he started playing something, and I started improvising some lyrics. And it was just kind of goofy and fun. And then we're like, hey, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we just went out to the vehicles and sat in my friend's truck and just did it like all night.
Instead of Xbox.
Yeah, instead of Xbox.
Yeah, that's far more constructive than Xbox, by the way.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But that's funny because when I was in high school, I was doing the band thing and everything like that, but it started writing funny songs.
Yeah.
And the first song we wrote was about my friend and my cousin. My cousin was older. He was in his mid-20s, and we were like 14-ish. And he came down with his new wife to visit us at our shore house, and he brought a tandem bike that they had just gotten. And my friend... this is a very scatological show today. I'm sorry about this, folks. If you're eating, stop. My friend Sean is on the front of the tandem, and Mike is on the back. And they're trying. Sean had never ridden one before, so he's a little wobbly, and Mike's on the back, and is two grown big men, and so it's wobbly, and they're not picking up enough speed. And then Sean, thinking he's funny, lets one rip, and Mike, thinking he's funny, decides he's going to jump off of the bike, and while screaming, "Oh, that was a wet one!" And the propelling himself off the bike pushed the bike out from underneath Sean, and Sean goes down on the ground, skins his knee up really bad.
Ooh.
But we wrote a song about that, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we've already
traumatized
a lot of people before you go.
That's why he needs these.
What are those?
Some knee pads.
Knee pad, right? You were wearing
never
knee
know
pads.
when you're gonna
do me a
get
favor,
down.
and I don't mean to objectify you here, but
it's fine.
Go stand by the door so that the camera can get a full shot of you here, because the audience is really loving you here. All right, so let's see. Okay, we've got.
It's too dark.
No, okay. So let's see it. Sort of look at that hat. Look at that. Where'd you get the feather in the hat?
I got the feather at a store on clearance for $3.
Clearance street or clearance sale? No.
Is that a joke that I did?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing a suit.
What are you doing?
And elbow pads.
And the knee pads. Yeah. So now turn a little to the side because the knee pads aren't showing up. No, other side there because I want to get the light. I don't know if that'll work, but no, it's not. You can kind of see them shining there. But anyway,
And
all
a
right.
fanny pack.
Oh, you got a fanny pack too?
Yeah.
Now, it's hot outside. How are you not dying?
I mean, we're all dying.
Yeah. Right. You're right. Touche.
No, I mean, I do get pretty warm sometimes. It depends. I prefer to be in the AC.
Well, he works outside all the time.
And
He's used to
I am
being
kind of
outside.
used to
you're
being
used to it.
outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Just sweating a lot.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And do you want more clients? Because like Bethany said, she
I'm
needs.
like seriously considering.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go, Beth.
I mean, I'd say I'm open to taking more clients.
Very good. Who's going to argue with money, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It will literally take you 15 minutes.
Sure.
It's like a boom.
And he's still going to charge you for an hour, which is great.
That's
right?
awesome.
No. Get with the friends and family discount.
All right. So back to the story of how you guys started.
Okay.
So you start with you're in high school. You're doing funny songs instead of
Right.
playing Xbox. You're doing something constructive.
Yes.
Were you a singer? Like, did you do choir or anything, or was this something you just decided to do on a lark?
Yeah, I did do chorus, and I was in a few musicals.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say I'm a very good singer. I think I'm a better performer than I am a singer.
I didn't think you were a bad singer, but you're definitely a performer.
Yes.
Which is rare, I think. Nowadays, everybody seems very stiff today, very polished.
Steven Tyler is not a singer.
He's
a performer.
You've got a bit. Okay, you've got a bit of a Steven Tyler vibe, I think, here with the flashy hat and the plumes and the eclectic. Yeah. Okay.
Soon you're going to be doing like, what was that camera? He did the Polaroid camera commercials, and we're going to be like, we knew you win.
Okay, I mean,
I don't know what she's talking
done
about.
Some commercials.
Just as
Polaroid.
confused as you are.
Steve Tyler did the
Polaroid? When did he do that?
like. I don't know.
1978.
Listen, shh.
No, recently? Oh,
Yeah,
because they have
recently.
Polaroids again. See, I haven't had cable in like 20 years. I don't know commercials. I love it.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, go with it. Go with it.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So you guys decide, oh, let's get a band going.
Yeah. So my brother started the band, and it was him and his friend Caden, and they had some other guys, and they got together and they would just jam. And I was in another band at the time, and I had been in that band for a little while. And we were just doing.
So you were
cover
already
songs.
dabbling with music at this point. It's not
Yeah.
like it was just this random thing out of the blue. It was just a random thing out of the blue with these guys.
Yeah, I went to join my friend's band because he was helping me with a school project. It's like, I was like, well, since you helped me with my project, I'll join your band.
What a barter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sort of just got roped into being a singer. And I was very nervous. I wasn't very good at all.
Right. Well, yeah, you're afraid people are going to laugh at you or something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: as a person your
really
age,
bad.
it is bad. As a person your age, are you sick of people named Caden?
No.
Okay, not too many.
I only know one. Our keyboard player is named Kagan. So there's a lot of times we like
Keegan, Kagan,
Caden. Everyone's got the same
Jaden.
name. Yeah, and we did have a Jaden who was singing with us too.
Yeah, Layden.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
Maiden.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot of the same name, and even now sometimes we'll get like something mixed up, and then no one knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's funny how the thing with names goes. Like, you know,
It's rough.
You know, well, because there's names that there's certain names that drive everybody crazy, right? Is that fair to say? Like, you just hear a name and you're like, I'm so sick of hearing that name.
Yes.
Caden, Jaden, Bladen, you know, right? And then inevitably you're going to put your foot in your mouth and insult somebody with that name or his name, right? So my aunt was texting me yesterday, and she's like, I can't wait to meet my grandniece or whatever, you know, my dog. I got a puppy. And she's like, she thought it was a him. That's right. She thought it was a him because I named her Major. Okay. So she's assuming her gender there.
Right.
And
That look of derision.
well, I mean, you know, this is 2023. This is current year. So anyway, she's a major, you know, him, blah, blah, blah. I said, it's a her.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, girls can be majors too.
Yeah, Major Houlihan.
And I said, honestly, her name was Bella. And I'm so sick of Bellas. Everybody names their kid Bella, their dog Bella, their cat Bella, Bella. And very few of them are Bella, by the way. And so I'm just like, I'm done with it. And she's like, are you serious? That's my dog's name. I said, get the hell out of here. Why'd you do that? And she's like, because she Isabella. She's adorable. And I'm like, oh, please. But yeah, it's names. I don't know. I'm sorry. That was a tangent that has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Please forgive me.
I too know someone who had a dog named Bella.
Of course.
Yeah.
Everybody has a dog named Bella, or everybody knows somebody with a dog named Bella.
Yeah.
Let's get away from dogs and Bellas and Cadence and Jadens.
Okay.
And we'll get back to your story. So when you guys started really gelling and playing together, right? Now, would you say this is your band?
I would say it's our band.
Okay, so it's not, they're like your backup band.
Yeah, no, it's not like Javier Sandoval and the Heads or Tails Experience.
Right,
You know,
right.
I'm just the singer.
That's a great name, though, for a band.
That could be cool.
Yeah, they might want to consider. Well, I mean, you think about it. Like, if I'm thinking, I know that, like, when you're young especially, but, musicians also, everybody's a little touchy, a little sensitive, and it's like, the minute somebody starts being propped up over the others, then everybody's like, well, what about me? And I do this and that. Yeah. I've been through all that,
what
right?
What happened to Diana Ross?
That's exactly what happened to Diana Ross.
So, but...
Wait, I'm not finished.
Hold on, I'm interrupting. I think your name is great, though.
Yeah, it is.
Like my first and
your
last name?
Your actual name.
Okay.
Yeah.
When he said that, I thought he was making it up.
Oh, no, that's my real name,
Right.
yeah.
I thought he said, this is the name of the guest today, and I said, sure.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she thought I was bullshitting her.
Like, sure it is.
You know what the funny thing is, though? You told me this, and I was very surprised. You're actually Irish, 100% Irish, with that name. A lot of people don't know this.
You're so full of shit.
It's true. No, but you. Okay, so you. Are you done with his name? It is a good name.
Thanks.
So now, what was I saying when you interrupted me?
I don't know.
Something about
Your band.
The band.
Yeah.
Heads or Tails Experience.
Right.
And being one person above everybody else.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I'm just the singer.
So then there's always resentment, right? Because it's like, now let me ask you this. When you started dressing this way and going to a show, did anybody in the band say, oh,
what are you doing?
Javier's trying to get more attention than the rest of us and blah, blah, blah?
Oh, I don't think anybody said that.
See, but
now I'm thinking about it.
You're much.
It's okay.
But no, but
I'm
you're
sure they're
playing
not.
with much better adjusted people than I did when I was in high school. Because if I were to do something, like just wear a cowboy hat, let's say, forget it. They'd be like, oh, you don't get enough attention as it is to keep blah, 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 and the singer, blah, blah, blah. And then, so I'm just, good for you that you're with more supportive, secure guys.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good thing. I'd say the guys are pretty secure. I like to encourage them to dress a little wackier, just a little more.
Do they?
Attention grab. Sometimes. Sometimes they'll wear a cool hat.
Okay.
Or,
you don't want them to go too crazy.
Yeah, you don't want to be too crazy.
No.
Our bass player wears a banana suit sometimes. That's pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that. I think it'd be cool to wear a banana suit and then a suit on top of the banana suit.
I love that.
You
Like
know
you're
what I mean?
wearing a suit now,
Yeah,
but put
like,
one on top of the banana suit.
If under it, I just had like a banana hat.
Yeah.
In the costume.
There's always money in the banana stand. Do you know what that's from?
I don't know what that's from. Curious George?
No, Arrested Development. You ever watch that show?
I didn't know.
It's very funny. You should watch it.
Okay. Not a sponsor.
No, not a sponsor. I wish. All right, now, you guys play out often?
Yeah, probably a few times a month.
What's the craziest story from playing out that you have that you could share with us? Like, I don't know, somebody vomit on stage or...
Without bodily fluids.
Without bodily
We've already
fluids,
done
but I'm
enough of
saying,
that
yeah.
Trying to think of a crazy story here.
I think you walking up to a concert late and suddenly improvising lyrics is pretty crazy. I love it.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty crazy. I don't know about that's kind of normal for me, like just making stuff up. But as far as something crazy,
no, are your lyrics
just
like
trying
the
to
day
think.
from that day? Were your lyrics from that day?
Yeah, he's
things
like,
that
I just
had
got a
happened?
strawberry
yeah.
and a cherry.
Yeah.
There's some peaches over there.
Stuff like that. That was a pretty good impression. Yeah.
No, it was better than that.
I think
much better than that.
I'll just tell a story of when we played at State College.
Go for it.
So this booking agent hit us up, who books these like underground college shows where they have like bands and stuff come through. So they invited us up, and we're like, okay, we'll go and do it. And they're like, oh, we don't know how much we'll pay you, but we'll cover your gas and stuff. Okay, you know, you got to say yes to everything.
Of course, beginning. Absolutely.
So we go and we do this show. It's pretty good. Like I said, it's in the basement. We got there, we set everything up real quick, and there was like a pull string light, and we start doing this like improv jam. Like we're just like, a lot of times we'll just jam the beginning of a show to make sure like all of our levels are right.
Sure,
the
yeah.
guitar is good, bass is good,
warms you up,
vocals are good. And I was like, you know, in the beginning, there was nothing.
Oh, I like this.
And then God said,
oh yeah,
let there be light. And I turned the light on, and I was just like, and then at a certain point, the audience realized that we were just making it up.
Right.
And then it sort of clicked with them. They're like, oh wow, they're making it up.
I like that.
And it was pretty fun. And we played the show. And I had an unlit cigar. That was fun.
Classy.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that anymore.
Why?
Because I don't want to promote smoking to the younger generation. I used to have a pipe that I would carry, like a smoking pipe, and I would smoke tobacco for the aroma.
It's delicious.
Make it smell good in the like a
pipe tobacco is awesome.
Yeah.
It smells great.
A buddy of mine was like, hey, you should stop smoking. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, I knew this guy, and he had he smoked a pipe, and then he got mouth cancer and lost his tongue. And he's like, and that would suck for you because you're a singer. And I was like, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
Stop.
That's probably smart.
Yeah, but back to the show. That was pretty good. The lighting wasn't the best, but the audience was pretty fun. You know, they're younger crowds, so they have a lot of energy. And when we give off the energy, they receive it. And there were some good moments in the show. When we do our theme song, it's like my brother goes, all right, brother, what do we got to do for this next song? And for this next song right here, what we got to do is go back. And he goes, how far back? Way back. Back to when all this got started. From the beginning, when there was only a couple of guys in the band, and we started growing. And at this point in the song, I referenced to how like we started recruiting people into our band. But a lot of times, I feel like this line speaks directly to like an audience member, and they think I'm talking to them because this has happened on multiple occasions. So I go,
you need some like funky music.
Yeah. And I said, and we said, hey man, you're pretty good at what you do. How about you come and join our crew? So I threw that one out. And then this dude just
and that's the drummer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It's like, how about you come and join our crew? And I like this. Like,
yeah.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. Keep going.
And well, anyway, then the dude just like walked up on stage. He just walked up to me, and I was like,
wow.
"Oh, I'm just singing the song, guy." I didn't say that to him, and it's not the first time that it's happened. So then he was just hanging out on stage with us, like he didn't know what to do.
That's amazing.
It's like the Island of Misfit Toys. It's just these people start coming up on the stage and sitting there.
He's like,
you
what should I do?
spoke to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking right at him. Usually, I had to deliver the line to somebody, and they think I'm like inviting them.
Yeah.
Like. It happens a lot with the the drunk old ladies if I deliver it to them, because then they're next thing you know they're coming up trying to dance with everybody.
I bet they are.
And then we're like, we need a security team.
Right, security. No, man, let them have their fun. You know, they're not going to harm you. No, but you do have a really good voice though, because you've got
it's
like
completely different. When you started actually singing there, like, I was like, whoa. That didn't sound like it was coming from you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
What should I do?
If the whole landscaping thing doesn't work out, you get it. You're probably going to kick me for this.
Okay. They won't see it because it's under the table.
Right. Exactly. But you'll see my face. No, but what you should do is A wedding DJ.
Okay.
I've
done that.
You have.
I've done that.
Well, I could. It sounds like not that I could tell, but it sounds like you have because you got
have a voice
do that like Oh, I hate it.
For the first time, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or whatever.
Yes. It's the worst. Let's make some noise.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. I used to do wedding videos, and the DJs drove me nuts.
You gotta love wedding DJs.
No, you don't.
I
mean, you do, but you don't. I mean, but you got to have that whole just you got to be able to vamp, right? And keep it. But then you also have to be able to do things like say I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take your seats now, it's time for a salad.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there, you eat your salad real quick because now you got to go on and say,
ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the main meal.
Yeah, now it's time for the main course. Before we get to we're almost ready for the main course. Before we get there, we're going to have a father-daughter dance. And then you play My Girl.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh
yeah.
Oh, God, I hate
What
weddings.
was my father-daughter dance?
You see, you don't even remember, right? But you make people sit through it. I can't stand weddings. Are your friends, because you're at that age now, are your friends starting to get married? Are you going to weddings yet?
Well, yeah, some of my classmates are getting married.
Yeah. Have you gone to their weddings?
I DJ'd the one, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
cool way to get invited.
Absolutely, right? You get the food and the party, and then now were you one of these DJs that grabs the mic and gets out on the dance floor with everybody and just starts like a conga line or something, or?
That sounds like a lot of fun, but that was not me at the wedding.
Uh-huh.
I was mostly there to make sure that Freebird played on time as they exited.
God.
I was mostly there for the cues and for the ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do the mother-daughter dance now. Announcing all the. And I also I brought some helpers because I'm not really a DJ. I just talk. I don't have any music. I'm not. And I say that to say that I had to bring help too because on that same day I had a show. This could be a crazy gig story.
Go ahead, tell it.
So I'm DJing the wedding,
right?
And I was like, okay, well, if we get done this dance and these announcements, I'll have enough time to leave from here and drive 45 minutes to get to the place, and then we go on. It's like a music festival too, and we were running a little over, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, so I had to leave the wedding and drive there, and it's in the woods. It's some campground.
Okay.
And then I lost signal on my phone. Now I don't know where I'm going. I can't call anybody. The GPS isn't working. And I'm just I'm just gonna drive and hope I find the place. And then I did. And when I got there, the band was about to go on. And they're like, dude, we thought you weren't gonna make it. I was like, it's okay, I'm here. And then we get out on stage. Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, we're the Heads or Tails experience. And it was again that just showing up at the last minute, hopping on stage.
So that's your thing, showing up at the last minute.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I did show up here 5 minutes before you told me
to. Well, you had
to buy a suit.
Yeah, I had to get a suit.
True.
I did stop by and get some Popeyes, some of that Louisiana chicken.
Oh,
Not a sponsor. They just put one up in Hanover.
Did they?
It's near the thrift store.
Is that where you live, in Hanover?
I live in Littlestown.
Littlestown? Yes. Not a sponsor either.
Not a sponsor. Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not getting paid to say that, but
not a sponsor of this show.
I'm proud of where I come from.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So that's
I
where you
was born in Gettysburg, though.
Were you?
I was born here. Yes.
At the hospital.
At the hospital.
And then you were taken home to Littlestown.
Yeah.
So you've always been Littlestown. Being born at a hospital doesn't make you from Gettysburg. And I'm not saying I'm not from Gettysburg either, but I'm just saying wherever,
I guess I'm not from here.
You're from Littlestown.
Yeah.
Did you go to Littlestown School District?
I did, yeah. Graduated in 2017.
2017.
Got the diploma to prove it.
And so, okay, what is in the near future for your band and you? What are you doing? You got any gigs coming up this? I think you do, right? You have, you're going to be at the Farmers Market again on July 22nd.
That's right.
And you're going to be at Waldo's on August 26th.
That's right, for their birthday party. It's their 10-year birthday party.
10-year anniversary, birthday party, whatever you call it. And you're going to play there. What time? Do you know what time you're going on?
He'll be there 5 minutes.
You could check it out.
What time is the band going on, and what time are you getting there?
Usually we play like 7 to 10. Honestly, when it comes to a gig, I usually try to show up because we got to set everything up. We don't have a sound crew to do all that stuff yet, so I still got to help unload the trailer.
Oh, that's why you show up late. So you don't have to do that stuff. That's my
It's
MO.
not true. Don't listen to him. It's not true.
That's what I used to do.
It's not true.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, it's like, oh, sorry, guys. I got here late.
I was late.
Oh, you set up without me. Oh,
yeah.
man. I feel so bad. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, well, that's not. Let's see. It looks like people are really liking you in the comments section.
Yeah? What are
here.
they saying?
Let's see. Let me go back here to, where are we here? Tom Canterman, be a rock star or cut grass. Seriously? Yeah, that's how you start.
Yeah.
That's how you start. You got
That's
to do
what Paul
something.
McCartney did.
That's right. He cut grass?
Yeah, he cut grass.
Get a long hair
They don't have
company.
grass in England.
Is that true?
They do.
They don't have grass in Liverpool?
He cut grass.
Oh, like
at his house?
Marijuana.
No. Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's what he did later in life.
I think
No.
Steve Tyler did too. He cut grass.
There you go.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Can we get a
somebody can
fact check?
correct
Can
me.
we fact check?
Debbie,
Debbie,
the
you wanna-
Googler,
Do we
can you
have a
please
fact
Google that?
checker
Debbie's
She's
on
on
it.
it.
Debbie's on it. She's fact checking that right now as we speak. But, I mean, the point is, cutting grass, waiting tables is a common one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Work in retail.
Yeah, so you could get your license to sell insurance. That's what I did before this started working for me. And there's tons of things you could. Doesn't matter what you do, as long as it's.
How was selling insurance?
Oh, I hated it.
Oh, were you good at it?
Yeah, once I understood how all the ins and outs of the different types of insurance. I was good at it. I don't remember any of it now.
Okay.
Don't ask me.
He's asking you for insurance.
You want?
I almost started selling life insurance.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Life and health.
It's like, would you like to make sure your family's okay if anything were to happen to you?
Right. Yeah, you make
like
people.
that.
Yeah, you make people think they're going to die tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you're like, buy insurance.
Yeah. Well, with this insurance here, it's only at your age. That was the thing. It was like I regretted that no one had convinced me to get certain life insurances when I was in my 20s, because you could end up with a lot of money and not have to die for it.
You're selling me. I'm thinking about getting some.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I wish I still did it, because I would convince you to do it. But now is the time to do it, because it'll be cheap.
Right.
And you just make sure that, no matter how broke you get, that you pay that $20 a month or whatever it is.
That's not
because
that bad.
It depends on what it is. I'm just throwing that out there. But when you get older, you're going to be glad you did.
Because then I'll have a lot of money when I die.
Because no. Well, certain ones you have to die and everybody else gets the money. But there's certain ones that you can enjoy if they're indexed. And
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot to it.
I was thinking about buying my tombstone and casket now, just to get it out of the way.
Might as well.
And
you have time to pay it off if it's too expensive,
Right. Yeah.
And your plot, you got to have a plot.
Yeah.
Already
that is
done.
the plot.
Javier. All right, let's see what else people are saying here. Okay, let's see. Hope you have a complete recovery, Mike. All right, so it's tough. You got to go through the conversations they're having with each other. And let's see. One guy says here, my 4 sisters and brother all played instruments and could sing. My dad played guitar and sung as well. I at least got my varsity letters in football and baseball, and they didn't, but I always wanted to be musically inclined instead of sports, but that was not meant to be. I always kind of wished I was interested in sports.
I always wished I had either one of those.
Music or sports.
Yeah,
What were you,
something.
drama? Did you do drama? What did you do in high school?
Yearbook.
Nice.
Oh,
me too.
I don't even know what that is classified as. The
That's
people that
like
do
the
yearbook.
arts or something.
Is that arts?
No, it's like journalism or something.
I don't know.
I
It
got
seems to
credit
me-
for it.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It was like a
What kind of
class.
credit?
It was like
Yearbook.
It's like an elective.
Yeah, I took. Yeah, you got credit.
Really?
It was a yearbook
Yeah.
class.
It was awesome because I could just walk around the school with a
And take
camera
pictures,
and be
yeah.
like, I'm with the yearbook. I'm allowed to just be walking around with the camera.
Yeah. And when the guys would be practicing football and stuff, I'd be like, I'm here for yearbook.
Oh,
nice.
Just making sure everybody's practicing really hard.
Debbie Jones, did you find out what these guys did before they were big rock stars?
Paul McCartney was an electrician.
told
Okay.
you. They didn't have grass in
Have
Liverpool.
not yet located what Steven Tyler did.
All right.
I
That's
did
all
some
right.
electrical work for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm always afraid of going near electricity in that regard.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous.
I mean, I'll change a light bulb and that's about it.
Yeah.
And I'll flip the circuit breaker and when the
I thought you were going to say the light switch.
I'll do that too.
That too.
I'll do that too.
As he's
And I will
literally-
plug and unplug things.
As
Yeah,
he's
right.
literally surrounded by electronics.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you build this yourself?
Well, I don't. Yes, I don't. I mean, yes. This table a friend of mine built. It's my design, but he built it because I have no ability to. I get mad at
We literally,
tools.
he literally just moved in here. So
Yeah,
this
so
is our
it's-
first real show.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's an honor to be a part of the first show in the new studio.
You were the first guest back, or when we've come back here. I still have some work to do, but you know.
Right.
All right. Let's see. What else do people like? Raiden, like in Mortal Kombat. So that's when we were talking about Caden and Jaden and Bladen and all these other
Right,
people with these
Raiden
names.
from Mortal Kombat.
We focus so much on perfecting our technique for whatever instruments we play that it doesn't leave much, if any, time to learn how to perform. You know, that's a good point. Is if you focus so much on the instrument, where's the show, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't play an instrument like that, but I could see how you spend all your time focusing, or I guess one spends time on learning the instrument, but not how to perform to a crowd.
to
or
do a
like to
show,
people. Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
It is. A lot of it's like just looking at people.
Yep.
And like
engaging the audience,
making them feel special. Because there's a lot of bands who would just like play and like look at their shoes the whole time.
Yes.
And
Boring.
they're, like maybe they're a little like nervous. I mean, I feel that sometimes if I'm doing something I'm not super confident in, I just won't want to look at people.
Right.
But if I'm doing something I'm pretty confident in, I can like
Because it's second nature.
spread
like,
it around.
You're just doing it. You're not thinking about it so you can look at other people.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that probably got my attention about you guys was you were performing while everybody else was playing. Not that they weren't. I'm sure they'd hear that and be like, "I was performing," but like, I mean, you were doing like a whole show.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a persona, you have a presence. In fact, someone here says that cheeky grin with a smile and a sweat drop coming down. So I'm guessing Debbie's sister finds your cheeky grin cute or something. Or
cheeky
is she
grin.
laughing? I can't tell what that emoji is. And let's see. Everybody wanted to name my dog Bella when I first adopted her. Yeah, see, I'm
it's
glad
a
you
common
didn't.
dog name.
It's a common name for everything, and it's just got to stop. It's got to stop.
So we got to start the movement.
Estella Beard says, I would make it in that band. I dress wacky every day. She does, and maybe she could be a backup singer for you guys.
Yeah, come on out.
She wears a beaver hat.
That's pretty
wacky
cool.
every
That's
day.
pretty cool.
Yes, she does. I mean, you know, she wears the beaver hat. That's about as wacky as I've seen her.
pretty
I
wacky.
wouldn't say wacky. I don't know. Her look is endearing. She's got an endearing look.
Nobody said it wasn't.
It's not wacky though.
Well,
I think it's kind of cool.
it's a beaver hat is kind
Yeah,
of a wacky
I'm not
thing
saying
to
it's
wear.
not cool. I love Estella. She's super cool.
And it's not a beaver hat, meaning like it's a hat like yours made out of beaver felt. It's
that's
it's
funny.
it's beaver fur. It's faux fur, but it's
Right.
like like a Davy Crockett hat, but a beaver with a flat tail on the back.
Oh, I was thinking it was like a animal hat. Like I have a chicken hat. I thought it was like that, but a beaver.
You have a chicken
I'm glad
hat?
you explained it.
What do you mean? What is
It's
a
like
chicken hat?
That's like it just looks like a chicken. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I have any pictures.
All right.
Actually,
all
I
right.
think I do. Can I pull up a picture
Of your
and
chicken
just,
hat?
Like, show it on my
Sure,
on my
man. Go
camera?
for it. Go for it.
Okay.
Let me see here. There's a Bella on every. Okay, my neighborhood has 3 streets. There is a Bella on every single one. All right. There's clearly a rebellion against Bellas.
Yeah.
A rebellion. Get it?
Thank you for that.
He already gets you, Matt.
Oh, he's already over it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Agent Bambi, usually with a promise not divided. Okay, they're talking about something else there. Trish in brutal way. Blah, blah, the wrong emoji. That was supposed to be. I still don't. Okay, Aaron, I still don't know what that emoji is supposed to be. It's the squinted eye laugh.
It's the
yeah, like when Cam. So let's see. What is that there? Debbie, just go to camera 3. Go to camera 3 there.
It's just a chicken.
Back up a little bit.
It's just a chicken.
I like
I put
that.
the goggles on it.
Where'd you find that?
At the farm show when I was in 7th grade.
And you held on to it all these years?
I held on to it. It's got a little hole in it. And I can't find any like it. Because if anyone knows where I can get another one, please comment in the chat, please. Because I spend a lot of time looking online for one just like it, and I can't find it.
So I'm going to assume that means that Amazon doesn't have one.
Yeah, Amazon doesn't have it, no.
Really?
Yeah.
If Amazon doesn't have it, nobody does.
They have like other hats that are chicken hats, but none that are like
ones that you could wear with a...
Oh, I bet
I don't know if
somebody
that's the
made
right-
it. If
Yeah,
it was at the
it's
farm show, it was
definitely, like,
probably
somebody
made
So it was a handmade, like
Chicken
knitted.
hat.
Yeah.
And it was at the Harrisburg Farm Show.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have to go back to the farm show.
I guess so.
Find the
I'll
vendor.
have to go back there and just buy all their chicken hats.
Right. Be like, 17
from the
years ago, I
stage.
came here
Yeah.
as a little boy, and I got a chicken hat.
And
This
I'm
is chicken
back
hat.
for more.
And I need another chicken hat. Well, maybe there's somebody in the audience who's talented with some yarn and some yarn needles and might want to make a chicken hat for you. And if you do, let me know, Matt at addressinggettysburg.com, and I'll pass the word along. All right, so what we're going to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is don't forget, they're at the Farmers Market on, what is it, July 22nd, and
Right.
Waldo's on August 26th. You have a website, Facebook
Yeah, we
page?
have a website, and if you want to see where we're playing next, check out www.headsortailsexperience.com/shows.
How do you do that? So you go from like your regular voice to that, DJ voice.
I don't know.
So
How do you do it?
I don't do it.
This is
it's
his
just what you
regular
sound
voice.
I don't do. No, you're doing the wedding DJ voice.
Now,
I'm
folks-
doing a different DJ voice, but
Okay.
yours is like go.
Do you want me to say the website
Well,
again?
Do the whole thing, but you did. You went from your voice and you slid
Okay.
into that.
All right, so yeah, we do have a website. Go ahead and check it out over at www.headsortailsexperience.com/shows.
Oh, I want to punch you, but I love it. I love it. So www.
Yeah, the W.
Yeah, you gotta talk
gotta
like
get
in the
that.
back of your throat a little
Right,
bit. W,
right.
but you're also like, are you doing your diaphragm or are
I
you
guess
doing it
so.
in the throat or your chest?
It does sort of feel. I
It's
guess
a
it's kind
completely
of
different voice.
chest, maybe a little in the throat.
So it's a.
This is
so
like
you're using it all.
My throat is vibrating.
Yes. Well. No, yes.
I guess that's normal.
So that's normal.
I guess that's normal.
www. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't. I just don't.
Yeah.
But you can. But you do it
It's
really
a
well.
completely
Thanks.
different voice.
Yeah. I like
Thanks.
it. All right. Well, so
Lessons
go.
in voice acting with Addressing Gettysburg.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a class.
Okay.
But anyway, you want to stick around? We're going to do news after this. You don't have to leave, but the
Sure.
segment is over. We're going to do our
Okay.
commercial break here. And
Thanks for watching, everybody.
yeah, thanks for coming on. That's Javier Sandoval, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be right back with news and other wonderful things with, not Veronica. You're not Veronica.
not
You're
Veronica.
Bethany.
I'm Bethany.
But that's it there. So we'll be right back.
Business? Send an email to sales@addressinggettysburg.com.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300. To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off. Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
If you're a lover of history, then go to trhistorical.com. There you'll find apparel, drinkware, decor, and more featuring a wide range of interests from the ancient world to the Cold War. Looking to make an impression with the perfect gift? Well, TR Historical now offers gift cards and a vintage wrapping service for a truly unique presentation. And our listeners will receive 10% off plus free shipping in the U.S. when you use promo code GBERG1863. So go to trhistorical.com, TR Historical, for the love of history.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettys Bike Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car and saddle up with Gettys Bike Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettys Bike Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysbike.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used, and online they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Over 1 million total downloads and counting. You're back with AG Today.
All right. Da, da, da. Hey, everybody. How are you today? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I was just auditioning for Javier's band there. I don't know if I made it. But...
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm looking for someone to play me in my own band and trick everyone.
Well, a lot of people have been saying in the comments, we look like we could be twins.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
There you go.
On Mars.
You both wear glasses.
Yeah, if you want to call in, that's about it.
Yeah.
If you want to call in, I didn't have the phone lines up before, but I just put them up during the break. 717-420-1978, or as Javier would say it in his wedding DJ voice.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Call in at 717-420-1978.
I love it. That's great.
Real easy to remember.
I love it because I hate that voice, but I love the way you do it.
Thanks.
So that's a kind of a backhanded compliment.
Okay,
but
I'll take it.
It's totally, meant with love. All right, so a couple of interesting things happened. We're going to get to listener email and then the news, but a few interesting things happened while we're on break. Javier just reminded me of one of them, probably the craziest one, and that is that there was, what? A bear in a tree.
A large male black bear.
Yeah.
In a tree on Baltimore Street.
Where on Baltimore Street?
I think it was kind of between High and Middle.
Okay.
On, if you're heading into town on the left-hand side.
Between High and Middle, if you're heading into town on the left-hand side. Oh, okay. I was picturing on the other side of the street.
Yeah, I think
okay.
That's where it looked like it was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
But can you imagine being the poor person walking down there at 8 o'clock in the morning and looking up, and I would have gone, oh, that's weird. They put a statue up there.
I would have been like, oh, there's an old lady in a fur coat up there. It's like, oh, no, wait, it's a bear.
It's an actual bear. And then did you see the video of them tranquilizing it?
I did not. I saw somebody complaining about it. He said he was displeased with the Gettysburg Fire Department. But I'm like, you know what? Come on, dude. How many fire departments have to deal with a bear in a tree? Like, how do you know what to do?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they did the safest thing they could have done.
I would have burned the tree down. I'm terrified of bears and snakes. I don't like bears. I don't like snakes.
My issue was
and spiders.
When they went to catch him and he fell, they didn't have it up high enough, so he kind of hit the ground.
Well, now, so I only saw a still of that. Did they just have like an old-timey
tarp?
Tarp?
It was a tarp.
So, but don't they realize those things are heavy? Like, you're going to lose grip.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, and he hit hard.
Oh.
I don't know what part of his body. It could have been his bum, and it was totally fine. I don't know. But they did the best they could with what the resources they had.
I mean...
And as far as I have heard from everybody, he is now living his best life wherever they took him.
In the woods.
Wait, yeah, I mean, how do we know what kind of life he's living?
Well, they had pictures of him.
What, on his Instagram?
He looked like he was sitting in a flower field surrounded by nature.
Of course. Which means that he probably died in transit.
Hit the ground too hard.
Yeah.
No, he's fine.
Yeah, but
I choose to believe.
I missed that. And then also that big house on the corner of Water Street in Carlisle burned down. And I live down the street from it.
Down, but
no,
gutted.
It was gutted, yeah. I lived down the street from it, and I saw the lights. It was like after midnight one night, and I was like, my eyes were closed. I'm kind of dozing off, but I can like sense strobe lights. And I was like, I thought I had not turned my strobe lights off before bed dance party.
Yeah.
And so I open them, and then I see it's coming from outside the window.
Not inside.
Not inside. And it was the like emergency vehicles. But
which are the vehicles you want to be there when there's a fire?
Sure you do. Except the thing was, I looked out the window. It was driving by slowly. No siren, no sense of urgency. I didn't notice any other vehicles. I didn't smell smoke. I didn't see the glow of the fire down the street. So I'm like, Must be just passing through on the way home from, some other emergency somewhere. And the next morning, I'm walking the dog down the street, and I do a double take. I'm like, the hell happened to that house?
Yeah.
And I see a guy out there. I'm like, what happened? And he's like, I caught fire last night. And I was talking to a neighbor. It's the lacrosse team that
uses
that house. It's not a frat house. It's the lacrosse team.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to. I don't know. They're gonna have to find another place to live.
Yeah, it was quite the Victorian house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty huge.
Used to be like a guest house back in the old days, and now it's been trashed by college students and on fire. Actually, I think it's in better condition now.
I don't know what their plan is because they're leaving the structure.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with the structure.
Yeah, so the inside is just completely gone.
Yeah,
and
so
the outside has a lot of scorching.
It does. So they got an excuse to update the inside, which I'm sure has been a hodgepodge of electrical and gas lines and everything
150
from
years worth of shenanigans. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think if I remember correctly, they did find that it was accidental.
Well, I don't think anybody was living there, right? I mean, it could have been arson, but
yeah.
No, was it electrical?
That's what I heard.
They don't know. They don't know.
From an
Did you see the fire?
Source.
I did not see the fire. This is my first time hearing about it.
Yeah, it's quite the thing.
Has there been a fire in Littlestown lately? You want to tell us about?
There was a fire several months ago, maybe.
Yes.
We had this barn that was called the Edge of Town
barn.
My
God, I know. That was so sad.
That was really sad.
It was cool. They had like a lot
it was cool.
antique. Well, not the fire, the store. They had cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
I bought like some jam and like a honey soap bar from there.
Mm-hmm.
I even had my pants and shirt tailored by the seamstress there.
I didn't know they had that there.
They
really?
did. Mm-hmm. Then she retired, and then there was a fire.
I'm just saying,
not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that's just how it happened.
Jeez. Poor seamstress.
Yeah, so now it doesn't say the Edge of Town barn. It just says the Edge of Town. They took the barn part off.
Did you?
Oh my God, that's terrible. That's such a beautiful barn, and the antique. It's not just this historic barn that we're losing, but the antiques that were in there too,
Everything.
And the jam and honey soap.
Did you hear the story of how that happened?
What?
Like what happened? It's like she was in there selling stuff, like she was open for business, and somebody stopped and said, "Hey, your upstairs is on fire. You need to get out now."
You're kidding.
And they left, and like almost immediately the upper story caved in.
No
way.
way.
If that woman hadn't taken the time to come in and say you need to get out, they probably would have been.
Wow, was that an electrical? What caused that?
I don't remember ever
Do you
hearing.
know?
Something about a paper and a toaster. Nah, I don't know.
A paper and a toaster.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's how
an antique toaster.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I forgot about that, and that was very sad because I love that barn. I love big old barns, and that was a big one.
It
right
was.
on the
That
edge
was
of the road.
huge. Yeah.
Yep.
And I meant to ask you this before. Being in Littlestown, you must be at Royal Farms eating that chicken almost every day. How can you go to Popeyes?
Well, I'd say they're both
when there's ROFO.
It's both very greasy. I like the Royal Farms chicken. I think it's a little overpriced, personally.
But everything is.
Everything is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go there late at night. I mean, they're open 24/7. So if you're hungry and you want some fried chicken, that's the place to go. I'll stay in my car and eat it there.
Oh, me too.
I don't want to take it home.
Well, I get one for the road.
Right.
So I'll go there and I'll get the tenders. I love the tenders. They're so delicious, so tender.
Guys.
Right.
And on the way
so
home,
hungry right now.
I know. Well, I'm just trying to warm us up for dinner.
And then
Not a
sponsor.
We got to work on this sponsor stuff, man.
Yeah, I know. We need to
a
get
lot of places that aren't sponsored.
Yeah, with deeper pockets,
Right,
could go after these people. Anyway, so I'll get a sandwich to hold me over as I drive home with the tenders, and like a variety of sauces. I can't do that too often because it's very salty.
Yeah.
And I had chicken piccata last night at La Bella.
Oh.
And I think that somebody bumped the elbow of the chef and he poured the entire can of capers in it because
it was really salty.
It was like eating a salt lick. And I ate it though. But and with every bite, I had to take like a drink of like an entire glass of water to dilute the salt.
Right.
It was, but you know, I love capers though. They are good, but they're very salty.
I've never been to Royal Farm.
Rofo. Well, there's apparently one's going to be up here. So I don't have to go all the way to Littlestown now, which is great. I mean, I don't mind the drive down there. It's a nice little drive. It's good to get out of
There's
town.
gonna be one here in the Berg.
Amazing. Amazing. Let's do a little bit of listener email. I got a bunch of them over the last few months, but we're going to just do a few of them here. This one is from Eugene Almazan. He says, I've always been a history buff since I can remember. The American Civil War is one of my interests. This year, my son wanted to visit Philadelphia to see the Liberty Bell and everything associated with the American Revolution. My wife came up with the idea of going to Gettysburg since it was a bucket list item of mine. Last week, we spent 3 days in Gettysburg prior to going to Philadelphia. Before the trip, I was able to book a licensed battlefield guide for our visit. Howie Frank was fantastic. Hey. Do you know Howie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He doesn't know who I am, but I know.
Okay. I never heard his name before, but we'll give him a shout out. He got a compliment here. Howie Frank was fantastic. For 3 hours, he drove us around and told us stories and details that would never have come across had we done it ourselves. And this is the point I always try to make to people. You don't think you're going to take the auto tour map and be able to figure this stuff out or get even an idea of the story of the Battle of Gettysburg. They don't have enough room on that map to tell you adequate information. You have to take a licensed battlefield guide. And at the very least, if you don't have a lot of time or you want to, whatever, you do it on the bus. But the best way to do it is to have them come in your car with you. Because like he's saying here, like that they never would have come across had they done it themselves. Or if we had taken one of the bus tours, they knocked the bus tours. but even with, but he's kind of right though, because the bus tours don't have time. You can't ask questions along the way. It's a breeze through.
And it's standard.
And right. And they all the guides basic. Well, I mean, they all kind of do slightly different things, but for the most part, it's all the same. There are opportunities to ask them questions, but probably by the time you get that opportunity, you've forgotten 3 or 4 of them. It's better to have a guide in your car.
100%.
Anyway, we also loved the smaller museums in the area. Unfortunately, the Gettysburg Museum of History was closed when we were in town. The trip got me back to reading more about the Civil War and Gettysburg especially. I tried searching for podcasts related to the Civil War, and that's how I came across yours. Your buttery voice, your sexy eyes, your wonderful eyebrows all make me want to come back and listen over and over again. After listening to the first few episodes, I decided to become a patron, and he didn't say any of that about my voice, eyes, eyebrows, or anything else.
I thought he did.
No, I just threw that in.
I was
the
like,
rest of us who have known you longer already did.
Yeah, because you laughed. I heard you. You couldn't for a minute believe someone would say something nice about me.
I was like, holy smokes, he's calling it like he sees it.
This one's from Kevin Milcarrick. He says, great job with your specials on all 3 anniversary days. Good job. Terrific content and guests. Those bikes that you complained about, meaning Harleys, the motorcycles during Bike Week, I understand. Way too noisy, except I saw a blurb on PCN about a state senator from Pittsburgh having established an endowment that's funded by lots of private groups for maintenance of the monuments. The biker groups were mentioned as contributors. You know about that? I did know about that, Kevin, and I am aware of other charities that bikers do. I have nothing against bikers, unless they're the type that modify their pipes and do that whole straight pipe thing so that we all have to deal with the noise. That is not,
no.
You have a normal bike that is, off the floor and you don't make any modifications, God love you. But when you make those modifications, I encourage everybody, I don't know the name of the episode, but go and look up the South Park episode when Harley guys descend on South Park. And that's basically what people, it's like, there's one scene where they go into a restaurant, right? And one of them's like, hey, you guys notice no one's paying any attention to us? And they're like, oh, yeah. And then one of them goes, and the other one's like, and then all like 30 of them are just like, and then everybody can't stand them. So that's what it is. It's like you're doing it for attention. You're doing it to be outrageous. You're doing it to piss people off. And so when people get pissed off, don't get pissed off back. But of course, there are good people in every group. The vast majority of the people that come here on Bike Week are good. It's just the ones that get drunk and then do something stupid. But usually there's a cop right there waiting to pounce, and everything is okay.
I had a little run-in with the motorcycles.
You did?
This year.
Did you get in a fight? Was it like a Pee Wee Herman situation?
No,
Because that would have been hilarious.
I was leaving Rupp House,
Yeah.
Children's Museum.
Sure.
Turning onto Baltimore and then going to turn onto Lefevre.
Right.
And we had a downpour, like for 10 minutes. Like it just... And I was paying attention to oncoming traffic, not paying attention to the roadway. And there was a motorcycle gonna turn off next to Mr. G's onto Baltimore.
Making it right.
He saw me coming, and he knew what was going to happen, and he just waited for it to happen. And I hit that water. It went up over him.
Oh no.
Over his head and straight down.
Missed him.
No, I got him.
Oh, you got him.
I got him.
Over and on his head.
Over and down.
Was he wearing leather?
No, just in a t-shirt.
Oh, boy.
And I stopped and rolled down the window, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he started laughing, and I started laughing. And we were both laughing so hard we couldn't function. And we were stopped traffic for maybe a good solid minute and a half. Like, we were just both like, I was laughing so hard no sound was coming out. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, like you can't breathe.
Yeah, I couldn't breathe. And finally he just looks at me and goes, okay, bye, and drives off.
Was it raining?
It wasn't at that time.
It had before.
It just had rain.
So was he already wet from being in the rain?
I don't feel like I remember him being already
How
wet.
would you know?
But he just already was looking at me like, this is going to happen. She's going to hit that water, and there's nothing I can do about it. And God bless him.
God bless him indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no, as far as the charity goes, of course, a lot of bikers do charity and they do good work. I mean, a lot of these guys are like normal guys. They have regular jobs during the week.
My dad is one of these people.
Yeah, we're just talking
I
about...
don't know about normal guys then.
Well, but I mean, they have
Dad,
regular
if you're
jobs.
listening.
Here's another one from Jason Slaughter. That's a cool name. Hey, Matt, I found you all after I decided to take my oldest 2 kids with me to Gettysburg last August. I hadn't been since 2013, and was falling back in love with the study of the war and was kind of starved for content I can listen to and not have to watch or read. Who has time for that anymore? Amen to that. I have more books than I have time to read them. So I found your narrative episodes, and the rest, after 6 months or so of steady listening, is history. As far as why I became a patron, it's a mix of wanting to have a way to return the favor of all the free content I listened to at last month, and also wanting to be able to have access to more Gettysburg content overall. Your show is fun, informative, and approachable, something the field of history and historiography desperately needs. I became jaded by the monotony of academia 90% of the way through grad school, so I want to throw my own support behind someone beyond the lecture circuit. Hope to make it to a Get Out of the Car tour this year, Jason Slaughter. Thank you very much, Jason.
Very sweet.
It is very sweet. I appreciate that. Yes, let's give him a round of applause
Jason.
for that. You can clap without my leading you to do that. That is very nice of you to say, and I appreciate that. It is,
thank you for your support.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I am thanking for. We have friends in academia, right?
Yeah,
we do.
I work for that.
Right. Yeah. And but I mean, like we have, friends who are college professors and, and I say to them, most people think you guys are, not you guys individually, but your class of people are stuffy, boring,
Not.
Some are. Not the ones we know.
Yeah.
We know the fun ones.
I know all the fun ones.
And I feel like I want to do a show about, humor and history, because there seems to be more of it now. Kunk on Earth is a good example of that.
Yeah.
I was just noticing this when we were at CWI. Some of the people that were out there could have been comedians. I mean, they were joking about a very specific thing. So a lot of it was like inside baseball nerd humor. But still, they were well-crafted jokes. I don't know. Anyway, but it is nice to be appreciated for that because, my entire life, people have always tried to get me to stop joking around.
Oh, never do that.
Like in school,
never.
I would get in trouble because you don't take anything serious. She'd be like, Matt Calorie to the principal's office, please. And then I'd go down there and she's like, you're not taking anything seriously, Calorie. It's going to go on your permanent record that you're an idiot. You're not going to get into college. What are you going to amount to? And I said, you watch, sister. Someday,
I'm going to have my own podcast.
Some technology that we're not aware of right now will exist that will help me be mediocre at best.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's see. This guy here is Matt Crouch. He says, found Addressing Gettysburg on YouTube a while back and loved the content. History plus humor plus a finger on the pulse of what's going on around town. Well, that's thanks to Bethany and Veronica because I am oblivious to everything. Decided to become a member after watching the recent content. The tour of Little Round Top with the National Park Service lit the fuse. Your panel at the seminary with JD and company sealed the deal.
Hey, hey.
Plus, your candid commentary earlier about making AG work was inspiring. I don't know what that's a reference to. Oh, maybe he's talking about my State of the Show shows that I do on Patreon. I do those for the patrons because they financially support the show. So every quarter I give them a State of the Show, and I let them know how things are going and what their support is going to. And on that last one, I was talking about how we want to get into video, and I have a lot of video ideas, and I need to. Oh, I have to check my lottery tickets. Because I need to finance this somehow.
Yeah.
And I think I have to win the lottery first. But
for the first time in my life, yesterday, I was sitting in my office thinking, I think I'm going to make a conscious decision to start playing the lottery.
When it's $500 million.
Poor. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. Yeah. You're being screwed by this inflation, which we all are. But
yeah.
All right, well.
News or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
How are we doing back there, Debbie Jones? Everything going okay in the back?
Yep.
All right. Cindy's still there?
She stepped out.
She stepped out. She can't stand it anymore. I told you.
Sure.
I told you. At 1 month tops, and then she's going to leave.
I highly doubt that.
She's like...
Her daughter was having something of a crisis.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Like a genuine crisis or a girl crisis?
No, like a genuine one.
Oh, really?
She's back.
Oh, she's back. Okay, good. Everything okay, Cindy? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. That's good to hear. Well, it's time for the news, and Veronica's not here with us, but Bethany Yingling is. Bethany, what's going on with the news?
Oh, yes, let's talk about that.
So, something very exciting happened in the world of Gettysburg.
Okay.
That is exciting mainly to me, but I think everyone else will be excited once I explain.
What?
Main Street Gettysburg.
Yes.
Has been working on a campaign to redo the one building on Baltimore Street into a welcome center.
Correct.
That will have bathrooms and food vending, like vending machines and things like that. And if people understood the need in this town for bathrooms, public bathrooms.
Amen.
Truth.
They will get up
Preach
out of
on
their
it.
seat and cheer with me when I say that it was approved to demolish the building and build a new building.
Yeah. That's good stuff. It is imperative that we have public restrooms because, first of all, people sneak into businesses. That puts, I mean, they pay that water bill, the business, right? Nobody says, "Hey, I didn't get dinner or lunch at your restaurant, Farnsworth House, but I snuck in and peed in your toilet and flushed the toilet. So here's $20. Not that flush costs $20, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They just sneak right out. They think they're entitled to somebody else's water bill.
And at the Children's Museum, we run into this a lot with people coming in and just wanting to use the bathroom. And I'm never going to deny somebody to use the bathroom. I know what that is like.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got to go. So, but I'm also the person that cleans the bathroom.
Right.
So I just want to point that out for people in future.
Yeah, you got to think somebody that is not getting paid to clean your mess is getting clean. When Hoof, Fit, and Foul was a restaurant called Spirit Fields, I worked there for 20 minutes. And because I'm not good as a bartender, I was good as I was like a Sam Malone type of bartender. I would talk to everybody and everything. But when it came time to actually serve them,
did you wear a towel over your shoulder?
No, I didn't. I just I was always drinking from a little bottle of seltzer though.
Got it.
And but so my point is that I was really good at playing host with the most, but I was not good at the actual job.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good to know.
By the way, I forgot to tell everybody, this segment is brought to you by Faces of Union Soldiers at Culp's Hill. That's right. And it's not just this little postcard. It's a new book by Joseph Stahl and our buddy Matthew Borders with a foreword by Scott Hartwig.
Hey!
So get a hold of that. It's pretty cool. I got my copy. It came in the mail a few weeks ago. And that was very nice. And I got a little promotional copy there. Okay, you go ahead.
So, but anyway, the bathrooms are happening. And just to crush some of the angst, the building that they are talking about demolishing is not a Civil War building.
Okay.
It's a more modern building. And it is in horrific disrepair. Yeah. When I walked in there, when they had an open house, I saw Jill and Wendy from Main Street Gettysburg at the end of the room, and I went to go talk to them, and I ran at them because the floor was so tilted. It got away from me, and I was like, ah! So,
it's like being in a fun house or something, right? Yeah.
I mean, there is a significant difference between the level of the floor when you first walk in and then the level of the floor further on the other side of the room.
Right.
So it's in desperate need, and
now it's not a Civil War house, right? But Frederick Douglass did sleep there. Just want to let everybody know that. I'm just kidding, because I just want to see if everybody would get up in arms and be like, "No, you can't now, Frederick Douglass."
Yeah, no,
nobody,
that never happened.
Nobody important slept there. Just joking. Okay, so I think it's great. We have to have that, and I hope we find one there needs to be one down on Steinway too.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people are going to walk all the way up here just to pee when they're down on Steinway.
No.
But you got, again, restaurants. It's not their business to be your toilet unless you're a customer. Mm-hmm. The toilet in the restaurant is for the customer. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know why we don't understand this. I mean, of course, I've gone into restaurants before. When you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be so bad if you were allowed to just pee in a bush, but you can get a ticket for that. So you got to go. You got to go. You find a place, you go in.
Get a ticket for that. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Other thing, the big, I don't want to say controversy because I don't think it's reached that status yet.
Yeah.
But the big thing, the elephant in the room, so to speak, is the new building project between Carlisle Street and Stratton Street in the empty lot that used to house the
farmers market.
The farmers market.
Yeah.
Behind the bus station.
What's the controversy?
So a gentleman and his group has purchased it,
right,
and would like to build new buildings on it.
Sure.
So the controversy, and it's not even that, truthfully, is.
Yep, keep going.
They want to take down the bus station.
Okay.
And move it to the other side of, so it would be
put it on Stratton Street.
Stratton Street. So
no, I don't like this already.
All the people there would hear the bus noises.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and they already have the firehouse they have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a 3-story building that it looks like it's multiple use, and then a 7-story building with apartments.
Wait a second, 7 stories.
7 stories.
Hold on,
that's a big building.
I was led to believe that the height is 4 stories.
So they would need a variance.
Oh, don't do this, Burrow.
Okay, so.
Oh, you. Go ahead.
The variance for As far as I'm aware, and somebody can correct me on
Maybe
this,
we could put the National Tower back up since we're going to allow a 7-story building to go. A 7-story apartment building?
at market price. Market price housing. It's not HUD or anything like that.
No, I don't care what it is. I don't want it.
Yeah, so
I don't care if it's 1 story.
Here's the interesting part. I think the variance for the 7 stories has passed. What they are trying to have a variance for now is that the current variance as it is, the current zoning thing as it is, you have to do step back building so that it doesn't like loom over the street.
So in other
Kinda
words,
like in the
like
city,
it's tiered?
like it's tiered.
Yeah.
And set back. They would like a variance on that so they don't have to do the tiering. It would just be
So straight up.
a straight up.
Okay, so who's the organization that's fighting this so we could support them?
So it went, and the reason I'm bringing it up today
I would like to know, where are the No Casino Gettysburg people?
Yeah, right.
Where are you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not there anymore, right? No,
So
because you all
it
probably
went-
died off anyway.
It went before the zoning board last night.
Yeah.
I listened to the entire zoning meeting. I'm going to say, based off what I heard, there's still a lot of talking about it. They did not make any decisions, according to what I heard. So I think it's still being talked about. You can still go to the meetings. They do a public, open it up to public for comments during those meetings. I do believe they are monthly.
Okay.
It, as far as I'm aware, it has not gone before HARB yet.
The Historical Architectural Review Board. Yep.
And
Thanks.
as far as I'm aware, and what they were arguing about last night and asking for was, what is this building going to look like? I guess they haven't even technically given a picture.
Oh, so there's
of
not
what it
even.
looks like.
Oh, okay. That's not.
So they're working towards some kind of like figure that out part out. I think it's worth us all kind of paying attention to.
I agree with you.
And I'm not saying that people shouldn't build new buildings.
No.
What I am saying is
That the borough council should not sell us out for tax revenue. That's what you're saying.
well, I wasn't even going to go that
Well,
far.
that's what I'm saying.
I was going to say when you are up on Oak Hill and you are looking out towards Gettysburg.
Yeah.
And you have
You've got
point
this
towards-
monstrosity
you
of a
have this
building.
thing there.
Yeah.
It
You
is
could-
going to change the landscape.
Of course it is.
So just be aware that it is happening and you should pay attention to this.
So here's what I think. If you're out there and you're part of maybe an organization that is fighting this, which I can't believe there isn't one. There's got to be in this town, right? Because people fight everything.
I haven't heard I've heard people grousing about it, but I haven't heard of any group going against it.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I wonder
and
why.
I could be totally
you could be
wrong.
totally wrong, but I haven't heard anything about it either. Usually you see signs.
Yeah.
You know, no 7 stories in my town or whatever.
Yep.
No water tower, no casino, no fun, you know, all that. And then now there's nothing for this, which is going to make it ugly. Now, so we could do, so if you do know of this, ladies and gentlemen, please contact us, Matt at Addressing Gettysburg, and let me know. We'll .com. We'll have you on the show.
The zoning meeting is up on YouTube. You can watch it from
There you
last
go.
night.
Okay.
After watching that, I will say this. I definitely want to know more.
Yeah, and if we have their information wrong and the developers
Want to talk?
Well,
I'm
I was
all
going to
about
say,
listening.
want to buy me off, I'll be supportive of this. You know, I
Sponsor
mean,
the show.
yeah, I mean, listen, this inflation is really starting to be noticed by me. So, okay, so that's interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that
Yeah.
story. Okay, Beth, you want to put a little
A pin in that
pin in that. You want to put a
for
pin in
future.
that and help us figure that out and keep track of that. What do you think of that, Javier?
Maybe people just don't know about
You can't stop looking at yourself.
I'm just looking at myself. I'm not sure where I should be looking. Should I
Look,
be
look at
watching-
me.
I'm just like watching you guys talk on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could just.
I know, you might as well
focus
just
it
go
over here.
home. No. No, you sit and talk with us, you know.
Okay.
Join us there. Okay. All right.
Well, maybe people don't know about the 7-story building. This is news to me.
Well, it has
This is what I'm
been
saying.
on Borough Vent. I've seen a couple posts about it, and I've seen it in the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
So it is out there. Now, I will say this. There is a yellow posted sign from the borough, I'm assuming, saying, letting, you know, how they have to post in the public
Yeah, right.
of these things that are happening. And it was a yellow sign right at the that weird little parking lot next to the that will eventually take you into the SCAP parking lot next to the sheet or the sheet, not the Sheets house.
No. Oh, yeah. No, it is. It's right by the railroad tracks next to Colonel Sheeds' house. Yes, I know what you're talking.
Okay.
And if you go back, it hits the alley that takes you to the SCAP lot.
Well,
yes.
it was laying on the ground. So
What was laying on the ground?
The sign.
Oh,
so
so nobody
obviously,
saw it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Unless you are like me and go, what's this?
See, but what's so funny to me is, remember there was talk very briefly, maybe more than 10 years ago, about a water park.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wanted to put it down where Boyd's Bear is.
That sounds like fun.
It sounds like fun, right? And all the NIMBYs, which stands for Not in My Backyard, all of the NIMBYs who were against the casino got their asses in the air and were like, no, we don't want this water. We don't have enough water. We don't have enough water. We can't. Okay, now a water park is different than a 7-story apartment building, but water, you need water. You always hear about water. What about water for this? Is suddenly we have more water all of a sudden now because it's a 7-story apartment building that's going to be a nice tax? I think here's my prediction. Here's my prediction. Okay. Ready? The borough council is going to sell us out. They're going to allow this 7-story thing to be put there without the tiers, and all we'll have are tiers, T-E-A-R-S, of the people who love Gettysburg, but now have to look at that ugly thing from everywhere. Because it's nice to look out from Oak Ridge, as you say, and see church steeples. And it's like, okay, I can forgive that they allowed the hotel to add those 2 extra floors there to make it 6 stories. But this will be taller than that. Now, of course, the hotel's on a hill, and this is lower, so it might actually level out. Who knows? But point is, I have very little faith that our town will not sell us out and allow that there.
That would be the tallest building in Gettysburg, right?
I think, yeah.
And I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why he chose that particular piece of property. I don't know.
I actually,
enough about that. I would love to know more. I'd love to talk to somebody about it.
I very secretly got them to give me a variance to put a full-size replica of the old National Tower right in the middle of the square. So
there you go.
A lot of people don't realize that. All right, what else you got there in the news?
So there has been some talk about Racehorse Alley, the western end of it, becoming one-way in the one-way road. So just be aware that that's out there too.
The part western, starting from Washington Street going west, or which western part of it?
Washington Street going west.
What did I say?
That's what you said.
Oh, is it okay? Yeah. I thought I made.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
And then just
which way? Going which way? Out of town.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because that's the way I go when I avoid the main roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
good.
I mean, in their defense, it is narrow, and there's a lot going on back there. Every time I'm back there, there's a lot going on.
What do you mean?
Like people walking and people doing stuff. And
I think if they maybe paved it,
that might be part of the problem.
That would, the reason why it's so convoluted is because people are trying to avoid these giant potholes.
So just if
pave it. Just pave it.
Pave it, or start paying attention if these things bother you.
What?
Like the road becoming one way and people building 7-story buildings.
Yeah, you do.
Now's the time to start paying attention.
You know, everybody pays attention to what's going on in Washington, which you should. But really, what affects you more in the day-to-day is what goes on in Borough Hall. And most people don't pay any attention to that stuff, but you absolutely should do that.
It's cool that you guys cover it, though.
Well, you know, we are a hard-hitting crack news team.
I see.
I mean, honestly, we just look in the Gettysburg Times and find out.
Read it to the listeners.
Where'd you get this?
The zoning thing, I watched it because I was very interested.
Oh, so you actually did like some...
Yeah,
okay.
I wanted to see what they were talking about. And I feel like I need to know more.
Yeah.
I need to know why this happened and that happened and who's in charge of what. And so I'm going to have to, chase some people down.
Is this an outside developer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Carpetbaggers.
I'm upset that they didn't want the water park. I know that's probably old news, but this is new news to me.
I know.
And the one more thing in the side of development, over many, many years, the Walmart has been trying to get the area that is the Camp Letterman area, and that has come up numerous times, just even since I've lived here. It was recently announced that they now, if they want to do anything, they have to start the whole process over.
Oh,
they
good.
pulled out.
So that'll buy us like another 10 years probably.
So anything that they've done up to this point is now null and void. They would have to start the whole process back over.
But I also heard that there was a developer looking to put a couple of hundred apartments in there, and a gas station and a Quickie Mart. Is that still a thing, or?
The property is still for sale, as far as I am aware.
Yeah.
And it is always being talked about. I mean, there's always things being talked about there, because you would have two modes of entrance. You would have the Route 30, and you would have the 116.
Oh,
yeah.
Does it go all the way back to 116?
There is a
Variance? No.
a zoning thing.
Yeah, I forget the word.
A right of way or whatever for road.
Easement?
And maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
All right, but go ahead.
But you could.
With the Daniel Lady Farm. Isn't the Daniel Lady Farm behind them?
But they don't own that whole
thing. Okay.
So there would be a possibility of having things
Okay.
right there, like up again the Daniel Lady Farm property. So just, guys, if these things bother you, it's time to start paying attention.
That's right. And you know what? The beautiful thing about Gettysburg is that people from all over the world love it. And you can write to Gettysburg and say, hey, I'm not going to visit and bring my money to your town if you keep destroying it with this silliness. If you don't like the fact that less than 50% of the properties here are taxable, then do something about that with what already exists. You know, maybe like you have a moratorium on, I don't know if this is legal or not, but, you know, no more nonprofits can buy property in town for 10 years or whatever. I don't know. That sounds great, but I'm sure you can't do it for whatever reason.
And there are grants out there to help towns with stuff like that.
Ulysses?
No, not those kinds of grants. Monetary grants.
Wrong grant.
Oh, sorry.
I literally was looking at you like, what the?
Civil War jokes.
I got to turn in my nerd card, man.
All right, what else you got, Ronnie? Or not Ronnie, Bethany.
That's it for the news.
Okay. Oh, that's it for the news.
Live this weekend where the action is.
What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie and Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
Once again, I'm not Veronica.
They're not here, right?
Yeah.
No, Veronica's...
Valerie is also Veronica. It's the same person. He's making fun of her.
Yeah. No, it was a different person here. Okay. All right. We got Bethany. What are you got?
No! Okay.
God!
Oh, jeez. Someone doesn't want to hear what's going on this
Please,
weekend.
no!
Okay.
No!
Okay, Michael.
No!
Relax. Go ahead.
Just a reminder that we are in prime time season for the 100 Nights of Taps. So every night you can go out at 5:30. The park will do a program in the cemetery that meets at the rostrum. You can meet your park ranger guide, and they will take you around for an hour tour of the cemetery, which is immediately followed by the 100 Nights of Taps ceremony, which will start at the Soldiers National Monument in the center of the cemetery and lasts about 45 minutes generally, depending on who the speaker is. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And please go out and support them so that they can continue to do that for years to come.
It is really nice. Have you
Every
done?
night.
Are you familiar with this?
I don't know what that is.
100 Nights of Taps. So starting on Memorial Day till I guess Labor Day.
Labor Day.
They every night they do taps in the National Cemetery, and it's haunting.
Yeah.
And it's nice. It'll give you a chill.
It's a cry moment.
Even if you're not into that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm guessing you're not really into history and military and dead soldiers and stuff. But
well, you know,
for those of us who are, it is moving.
Gettysburg. It is. You know, it's
yeah.
kind of a big deal here.
Kind of.
Little bit.
Little bit.
That cheeky grin. That cheeky grin.
Just be smiling.
Yeah, I think.
And then like looking at the camera.
Like, what's my smile look like on here?
Yeah, but you can't see the way you look head on because you turn your head.
That's why I try to get it quick.
You're trying to go real quick. You're like, no, that's no.
I can't do it.
It's not working.
I'm trying.
You'll have to watch later.
Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah. Watch it many times so we get a lot of views.
Okay.
All right. You got anything else there, Beth?
Yes.
What else?
At Spangler Farm, the George Spangler Farm, at opening at 6 p.m. You can go out at 5, starting at 5:30. They will have the Carlisle Brass Band playing at the barn.
Is Charlie in that? Charlie Fennell?
No.
I know he's in a brass band.
He's in the
Hanover Symphony. That's
He and his
different.
wife are in the Hanover Symphony.
That's right.
Different town.
That's different.
Yeah,
different town.
different town.
Different kind of band.
This is a brass band, and they have cultivated a music arrangement specifically for the Spangler Farm.
Oh.
And it's absolutely beautiful.
Spangler specific music?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so please come out. It's free. You can drive out because it's after hours. Gate opens at 5:30, starts at 6.
Is Mr. G's going to have ice cream out there?
No.
Oh.
But this is a free program.
Good, though.
That would have been good.
That is on Saturday. No, that's a total lie. That's on Friday.
Friday.
Oh.
That's on
It's on
Friday.
Friday, like I told you.
Yeah, so sorry.
right.
Also, this is a shout out for me specifically. Please come help me. I am running a new program at the train station. Okay? I, Bethany, am running a new program. It's called Coffee with a Historian. And it's your chance to have a good cup of joe and meet a local licensed battlefield guide and talk to them about whatever the heck you want to. So they're there to answer any questions, talk to you about whatever you want to know. The battle, the town, how they became a guide, anything Gettysburg related. And so this is your chance to, if you've ever had a question, never had the chance to ask it, or were with a bunch of people that were like way higher up in the echelons of nerdydom than you were, and you were nervous to ask it, now's your time. It starts at 9. It's $12.50 to go. You can buy your ticket at the train station or at the visitor center or online. And this weekend's guide is Merry Turkmena. It starts at 9 on Sunday.
So 9 o'clock Sunday, go out there to the train station. I have yet to, every time I go there, it's closed. And that's my fault because I just have this weird schedule.
I work every Tuesday and Friday from 9 to 5 at the train station. You can come out when I'm there.
Maybe I'll come out this Friday.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm there tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday. Okay, maybe I'll come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
there.
I've never, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it because I would like to talk
it's really
about
cool. And virtual reality experience.
it. Let me.
a very cool experience.
So you've been out there?
I have.
No, very nice, very nice. Patrick Plays says that he's the author of the academia comment that I read before, and he says he wants to clarify that it's definitely not all of them. Dr. Janie and Carmichael in particular are amazing. Amazing. I'm sorry, amazing. And you're right. I mean, they are at the. And that's what I'm saying is, at the CWI, everybody was funny. Carrie came out, cracked a few jokes. Pete joking the whole time. They were joking at each other. It was a lot of fun.
Crazy group of people.
It is a crazy group of people. Crazy fun.
I love our nerd people.
I do too.
Every time.
I do too. All right, finally, go
I
ahead.
have
two more. Go ahead.
Non-nerdy related items. The Carlisle Chrysler Nationals show in Carlisle is this weekend. So if you want to go up there and view some classic cars, you can go up to Carlisle and do that. That's this weekend. Or you can join me on Saturday at the Reptile Expo.
It's coming back?
Yes, at the Eisenhower Convention Center.
Oh.
On Saturday, I'm going to take Ezra, and he's
Is he
going
like reptiles?
I don't know. We'll find out.
That sounds like fun.
Be careful, you may end up with a pet.
I told him, I told Mark, I said, we are not buying anything. I said, if I can't have a dog, he can't have a snake. These are the way things work. But I will let him pet them.
Right.
And freak out about them all he wants.
Why can't you have a dog? Is he allergic? Mark?
Mark has never had a pet. Not even a goldfish.
He doesn't know how to act around a dog.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the joy.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Doesn't know what to do.
He doesn't know what to do.
No.
He
thinks it's dumb.
Mark. We're
going to have to work on this.
They bring such joy to a life once they're housebroken.
So we decided to have a child first and see how that went.
Yeah, he doesn't understand a pet, but the kid makes total sense. That sounds a lot harder.
The other way around.
I know.
Have the dog first and then decide to have the child.
That's a great point.
He understood the kid. He did not understand the dog. I want a basset hound named Bilbo Baggins.
I love it.
No.
What? Have you thought about the name Bella?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. But then I heard recently that everybody has that name.
You're funny, Javier. You're funny.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Debbie's sister said that was a terrible Civil War dad joke when I said the Grant joke.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought so, too.
It took a second.
It did take a second. And it cracks me up every time he does that cheeky grin. Hilarious.
I'm still doing it.
It sounds like your sister has a crush on him there, Debbie, does it?
A little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
You have a girlfriend?
I do.
Aw, too bad, because you'd have a chance to move to Hawaii.
Sorry,
Except that she has a
Sorry,
boyfriend,
ladies.
so.
Sorry, girlfriend. I'm moving to Hawaii.
Well, congrats to.
What's your girlfriend's name?
I don't know if I should say it.
You don't really have a girlfriend.
I do have a girl. I
What's
try
his
to
name?
I try to keep her on the. I don't know if she wants me dropping her name.
Don't give me her middle name and her last name. Just what's her first name?
Her name's. I can't do it. I can't.
You can't
I can't
do
drop it. No,
Okay.
because she might be watching, and then
She's probably
I'll
not
never hear
watching.
the end of it.
Her name is Rochelle.
No.
Her name is Ramona.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Raquel.
Honestly. No, we
Ramona.
just got a lot
Rachel.
further. No, we're going further.
Oh, further away. Ramona. Ramonette. Ramono.
I can't drop it as much as I'd like
Whisper to me in the microphone.
In the mic.
You almost did it. Oh my God.
I almost got in there.
All right. Tell me afterwards.
Okay, we'll talk after the show.
Is she? How long you been with your girlfriend?
Almost like 2 years.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Gonna marry her, or is that bullshit? You don't do that.
Yeah, I guess so.
You don't do that. I can tell. I can tell you're not in.
I'd like to get married. I feel like getting legally married is where.
As opposed to illegally married.
Yeah, I'd rather be.
So you're gonna wait till she
illegally
turns 18. All right. So let's move on. Well, I mean, what do you mean by that? Legally married?
I don't know. I just feel like it'd be. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, folks. I'm talking to everyone in the room.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be cool to just have like a little thing in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
And then not
Highly recommend this.
Not have to like get a bunch
No.
of paperwork
Oh, yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, so you're saying you don't want to be legally married? You just want to have like a ceremony, a commitment ceremony.
Like my word's my bond,
Right,
Not like
yeah.
like a contract.
Yeah, I love that idea actually.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Well, of course not. You know why she doesn't? I read the statistic not too long ago. 80% of divorces are initiated by the women. 50% of those reasons are for financial reasons. So it makes no sense for you to get married.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Wait, what's that statistic?
80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. 50% of the reasons are because of financial reasons. And then everything else is the other 50%.
Okay.
It is a losing bet for a young man or an old man, any man, to get married if he's not married. But the commitment ceremony thing, where it's not a legally binding thing,
Yeah, it's just
is
like
nice.
our words are
But you got to
bond.
be careful too, though, because in some states, if you live together for a certain amount of time,
Yeah, like this state.
is this state one
I
of
think
them?
it's like if you're together for more than 7 years. 10, it might be 10.
It's common law.
Yeah,
Common
it's
law.
common law.
I thought we didn't have common law here.
I don't know anymore. I stopped paying attention when Dad stopped living with his girlfriends.
Okay.
Something like that.
Well, something like that. All right. Well, anyway, so you got anything more there on the events?
Nope, that would be it.
All right. I got one thing here I wanted to share with you all before we go. Carolyn Ivanov, who you know has been on the show a couple times, she invited us out to a flag-raising ceremony out on Barlow's Knoll, Channing's Knoll, as we like to call it. And it was nice. It was out the 17th Connecticut. She wrote the book, We Fought at Gettysburg at 17th Connecticut. And so she shared this with us in an email, and I wanted to share it just so that you all could hear it. This is from the governor of the state of Connecticut. All right, Ned Lamont. I hope it's pronounced Lamont and not Lamont. Sorry, I don't know. I've never heard it said. On behalf of the state of Connecticut, I, Ned Lamont, governor, with great reverence and gratitude, recognize and honor the 160th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg on July 1st, 2023. In 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg marked the turning point in the Civil War, and is regarded as a profoundly dramatic and consequential event. Tens of thousands of men on both sides lost their lives on this day in history. The contributions of this pivotal battle to Connecticut and to the nation have been innumerable. I join you in celebrating and remembering the sacrifices made by the 17th Connecticut Volunteer Infantry alongside many others on this day 160 years ago. I commemorate the Battle of Gettysburg on this important milestone in the history of the United States. Therefore, I, Ned Lamont, Governor of the State of Connecticut, do hereby convey honor and recognition upon the Battle of Gettysburg on the occasion of its 160th anniversary. And that's signed by Ned Lamont. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's a pretty cool little thing to do there, and I'm sure Carolyn's very proud. It was a great little ceremony that she put on, and everybody
Is she
turned out.
not the cutest?
She's great.
I
love her.
L-O-V-E, love her, and her husband
L
is adorable.
is for the way you look at me. Oh.
How am I looking at you right now?
Well, that's what the L is for. Loser. All right.
Love you.
Yeah, Josh Pickett says there's no common law in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
You're safe.
Okay,
There you go.
we're good.
Cindy, when are we moving in together? All right. Let's.
Whoa.
What? Because there's no common law. We're
no
all right
common
now.
law.
We're safe. Safe.
Hope she's ready for this commitment.
No, she doesn't want to do that. We already talked about it. She's like, nah, you know, a couple months and then I'm going to move on. You know, so. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll enjoy
When
it
we
while
go
it
out
lasts.
to dinner later, you're going to get beaten.
No, I know.
Yeah.
All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, what's the most important thing of the day? The most important thing of the day is thanking you all and heading out to dinner. Where are we going to go to dinner? Anybody have an idea? You want to join us for dinner, Javier?
Sure, why not?
All right, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun there, Javier. You and me sitting there in the back of Saberhood having dinner.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. Maybe we can get on the PA system and really rock the place. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a lot of fun.
I think it will be a lot of fun.
I can't even handle
They
it.
vomit in the microphones. That's what they do. It's so annoying. And you can never discern what they're saying. I'm going to go. Lovely couple. What?
Reminds me of a carnival.
Like
Aaron
a busted
said
speaker.
that I'm going home with a snake
What does that mean?
from the reptile show. Bethany's still going home with a snake.
Oh, you're taking a snake home with you?
No.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
she also says, haha, no, I'm engaged. Sorry, Holly.
No, good for her. Congratulations.
Well, there you go. You could
Congratulations.
you could be a quadruple. You can move out there with your girlfriend and, whatever. Hey, it's a new day and age, right?
Yeah, it's a new day.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Javier, for coming on. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bethany, thank you for sitting in for Ronnie. Thank you back there, Debbie, with all that great job. Don't go anywhere yet, Debbie. Your job is not done. We'll talk to you next time.
Addressing Gettysburg Today is hosted and produced by Matt Callery and Veronica Brestensky, Esquire. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe, sometimes, someone else. Guests of the show stay wherever they want. That's not our concern. To be a guest on the show, send an email to matt@addressinggettysburg.com. Addressing Gettysburg Today broadcasts from the Gettys Bike Tour studios. To get a 15% discount on your next tour with Gettys Bike, call 717-752-7752. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg Today. Thanks for listening.
There were many Union men who wept with joyful tears when they saw the honored flag they had not seen for years. Hardly could they be restrained from breaking forth in cheers while we were marching through Georgia. Hurrah, hurrah, we bring the Jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that makes you free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea while we were marching through Georgia. While we were marching through Georgia. While we were marching through Georgia.
This concludes our broadcast.